In this module, we are going to talk about project management. We'll talk about the definition of both a project and the project management process. We'll describe the basic elements of project management, including 10 knowledge areas, the 5 phases of a project, and project constraints. We'll then introduce you to some tools that will be useful to you when managing projects. What makes a project a project? Projects have a defined goal, a primary customer or sponsor, and are temporary with a start and finish date. Projects have tasks that are unique, complex, and sequenced. And they always have limited resources such as money and people. Finally, projects always have uncertainty and risk associated with them. Now, let's define project management. Project management, or PM, is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities in order to meet project requirements. Let's talk about the 10 knowledge areas of project management as defined by the Project Management Institute. First, project integration management. This involves identifying and defining the work of the project and combining, unifying, and integrating the appropriate processes. Next, we have scope management, which is concerned with defining all the work of the project and only the work needed to successfully produce the project goals. We then have time management, involving estimating duration of activities, devising a schedule, monitoring, and controlling deviations from schedule. Fourth is cost management. This includes establishing costs estimated for resources, establishing budgets, and keeping watch over those costs to ensure the project stays within the approved budget. Project quality management focuses on product quality as well as on the quality of the project management process used during the project. Human resource management involves all aspects of people management and personal integration, including leading, coaching, dealing with conflict, conducting performance appraisals, and more. Project communication management seeks to ensure that all project information is collected, documented, archived, and disposed of at the proper time. Ensures that information is distributed and shared with stakeholders, management, and project members when appropriate. Eighth is project risk management. This involves identifying, analyzing, and planning for potential risks, both positive and negative, that might impact the project. Project procurement management includes processes involved with purchasing goods or services from vendors, contractors, suppliers, and others outside the project team. Finally, project stakeholder management ensures that information is distributed and shared with stakeholders, management, and project members at appropriate times. There are 5 phases of project management. First is scoping a project. This involves developing a charter and defining the project with well-defined boundaries. What is included and what is outside the scope? What resources are needed? Next is developing the project plan with tasks, timing of tasks, and time for each task and resource. Then, we launch the plan and begin executing per the project plan with your team. We monitor and control the project along the way. What adjustments must be made? What do we need to communicate and to whom? Etc. The final phase is closing out the project. Have we satisfied our requirements? Are our customer and/or sponsor happy? Let's talk about 5 key constraints. First, we have cost. Every project has a limitation on the amount of money that can be spent to achieve its goals. Next is time. Every project has a deadline or targeted completion date. There is limited time to accomplish all of the tasks. Third is scope. It is critical for a project manager to define the scope and avoid scope creep, which is a common occurrence that drives projects off course. Quality, as defined by the customer, is also a constraint. And finally, resources. Every project has limited resources. Let's talk about 5 critical success factors for a project. First is to gain agreement on the goals. Ensure that stakeholders, team members, customers, and the sponsor all agree upon what the goals are. Second is to ensure that you create a detailed plan indicating the what and the who. Third, a good project requires constant and effective communication. No surprises. Fourth is to control the scope. Scope creep, which happens when the scope grows to include new things, is a major obstacle and it must be avoided. Finally, management support. Without it, failure is certain. Now, let's talk about project managers. What are some of the essential traits of a project manager? The first one is to lead by example. Next is the idea that a project manager needs to have, and clearly communicate, a vision. Third, a successful PM must be technically competent. A good project manager is also a great motivator. This makes sense because most of the work must be done by the project team members. Next is that project managers must be able to stand up to executives when necessary. And they must be decisive. There are lots of decisions to be made during a project. Being supportive of team members is yet another trait of successful project managers, as is being an effective communicator. And, finally, they must encourage new ideas. They need to be open-minded and listen to their team members. Let's talk about some basic project management tools, including a project charter, RACI Matrix, timeline and Gantt chart, critical path method known as CPM, and program evaluation and review technique known as PERT. Finally, we'll talk about an A3 report. First, let's talk about a project charter. There are many types of project charters, but let's focus on what's typically included. Project charters will include the title of the project, the business case for the project leader, who the team members are, the stakeholders, the problem and/or the goal of the project, and the scope. Your organization might have specific charter templates depending on the type of project. Next is the RACI Matrix. This is a tool for project managers and their teams to identify for each function what their role or roles will be. Are they responsible? In other words, do they perform the tasks and are they responsible for their execution? Or are they accountable? Do they have final responsibility for the correct completion of project tasks? Are they consulted? Asked for advice in advance of performing the tasks? Or are they simply to be informed about decisions, progress, and results achieved? This is documented on a simple matrix and used throughout the project. Next, we have a timeline called a Gantt chart. A Gantt chart is one of the most rudimentary PM tools. A Gantt chart typically includes two sections. On the left side, we have a list of tasks, while the right side has a timeline with schedule bars that visualize work. Microsoft Excel includes a template. However, for advanced, complex projects, a tool such as Microsoft Project would be more effective for creating and managing these. Let's talk about two methods for managing the critical path, or the longest path through a project. This is important because if any critical path activities take longer than planned, the entire project takes longer. CPM is a method for finding the series of activities that determines the earliest time by which a project can be completed, while PERT uses probabilistic time estimates. It includes optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic estimates of activity durations. This method might be more helpful because it allows us to consider the risks. Finally, let's talk about an A3 report. A3 is actually the European term for an 11 by 17 sheet of paper. Toyota chose this size of paper for things like business proposals and problem solving. Today, the primary use for A3 reports is to document the problem-solving process. For a PM managing an improvement project, an A3 is an ideal tool to use for walking through the process from clarifying or defining the problem all the way through to follow-up. So, there you have it. That's our overview of project management and just a few of the tools that might be used for effectively managing projects. There are many other tools for project managers to use. For example, tools for brainstorming and categorizing ideas. Some of these other tools are covered in other modules in our courses.